Hello guys and welcome to my very first tutorial. I'm so excited to be here and I'm gonna show you how to do this music inspired PowerPoint. So we're gonna start with a blank slide, and here I'm just changing the color to black, and then we're gonna insert a square or a rectangle. This will be like a placeholder for an image. So that's what I like to do. I like to set up placeholders first and then just add my images and all of that. And then I'm gonna insert a rounded rectangle, and with this little yellow dot here you can adjust the roundness of the corners. And then let's insert a circle. So if you hold shift you will get a perfect circle, and then you just have to duplicate it, and you can do that holding Control and dragging your mouse or dragging your shape. And then if you go to shape format and align and click on distribute horizontally, you'll get a perfect distribution of the elements. So here I'm just aligning everything, making sure that everything is centered in relation to the first placeholder that I did. And then I'm gonna insert another rounded rectangle. And here I'm just changing the roundness of the corners with the yellow dot again. And then I'm gonna select shape, outline, and no outline. To make sure that this shape is aligned to the first one that we did, we're gonna select both of them, go to shape format, and then click on align, and then click on align to center. And then I'm gonna change the color of the shape. I'm gonna change it to a light gray because this will be the track line that shows you like exactly where you are in the song. And then for the circles we're gonna change them to black, and the shape outline is gonna be white. And then we're gonna change the transparency of the fill. So you go to format shape, shape options, and here we have a transparency option. So we're just gonna change that one to maybe around 50, and we are not going to see any difference now because we don't have anything under these circles, but once we add our image it's gonna show, the transparency is gonna show. So because I made the circle smaller, I have to align everything again to distribute horizontally, and now I'm just making sure that everything is looking tidy and just nice overall. And then we're going to go to insert, we're going to add some text, and for this template I use the font Montserrat. So I'm just selecting bold, and with this icon here I can increase the size of the font. So now I'm just writing, I'm gonna write the name of Mozart, which is actually Wolfgang, if you didn't know that. And again, with this button here, you can decrease the size of the text. So I'm just aligning everything, making sure that everything is tidy. And then I'm just gonna add another text box, and here I'm just putting some placeholder text because I don't have the information, but I know that it's gonna have some text over there and that I can just replace later. And after that I'm gonna duplicate that one with Control D again, and here I'm just gonna put some more placeholder text. So this one could be like, for example, the day of birth and the day of death, and all of that detail, all of those details that you want to put when you're talking about a specific character or person, or in this case composer. So you can select all of those text boxes and then just align everything with, again, with align and distribute vertically. So we get like the exact same space between all of the elements vertically. So then I'm gonna go back to the shape that I did, and I'm just gonna make it smaller because I realized that I forgot the actual timestamps that we're gonna insert now. So we just have to create new text boxes, and here I'm just gonna add some numbers, some random numbers, and I'm actually gonna choose Arial for this text because I think that Montserrat is very wide, so Arial will look better. And then I'm just gonna duplicate it again with holding Control and dragging that element to the right, and here I'm just gonna change the number again. And then let's add the buttons. So we're gonna create a pause button, just inserting a couple of rectangles here, and I'm just gonna get rid of the outline, and I'm gonna change the fill to white, and you can align everything. If you go again to shape format, align to the center, and align to the middle. So the second button is going to be the play button. So we need to insert a triangle, and I'm just going to rotate it. And again, I'm going to get rid of the line, and I'm going to change the color to white. And then I'm just going to align everything to the center and to the middle. Now the first button is going to be the shuffle button. So I'm going to insert an icon. Literally it's just insert and then you click on icons. And I'm just looking for the word shuffle, and here I'm going to get this icon here, and I can just change the color. So let's make it smaller so it fits with the rest of the buttons. And again, let's align it to the center and to the middle. And that's pretty much the first layout done. So now we're going to create a new slide. Here you can change the layout to a white slide. Again, I'm going to select the black background, and I'm going to copy this gray placeholder here because now I'm going to put it on the top part of the slide. That will be my image. So now I'm just going to copy some placeholder text because I want some text over here, and I'm going to copy one of these sentences as well because this will be some sort of title. It could be like a title of a song or something like that. So I will need to create 3 of these. So again, I'm just duplicating them. And then if you select the 3 of them, go to shape format, align, distribute vertically, and now everything is tidy and perfect. Now let's add some circles. So again, we can duplicate them and we can align them. And we're going to change the color of these circles later, but at the moment it doesn't matter that they're blue. We're just going to get rid of that color soon. We're going to make it more like Spotify because this one is a Spotify inspired presentation. So a key to a good presentation is making sure that all the elements are aligned. So here, let's make some space for the play button here. Again, so I'm just going to copy the triangle that we did on the first layout, and I'm just going to paste it here. We're going to put it here and just on shape format, again, align to the middle, align to the center. And I'm just going to bring everything down a little bit so it's not as close to the image. And now we're going to add a title here that's going to go on top of the image. So for this example, we're going to change it to like maybe top 3 composition, something like that. So we're just duplicating the text and adding the top 3 title there. And then we're gonna duplicate that slide. So we click on that slide and we click Ctrl D on our keyboard. This will be our 3rd slide. So now we're gonna get rid of the elements that we don't need. So I'm just gonna replace the title here. So let's do something like other composers. Again, we can decrease the size of the text, and maybe let's get rid of the rest of the elements, and we're gonna add some placeholders again, and we're gonna add some images later. So let's create rounded rectangles. Let's create 3 of them, and I'm just gonna change them to maybe like a dark gray, and that will be like our background for our images and our texts. So you click on no line, solid fill, and then just change it to a dark gray. And I'm just gonna make them a little bit smaller. Yeah, I think this one works better. Now we're gonna insert a square, a rounded square. And then if you click both of those elements and go to align and click on center, it's gonna be perfectly aligned. So now I'm just duplicating everything, making sure that everything is tidy. Again, click on no line. And now we're gonna copy some text from the previous slide. So this will be like the name of each composer. So maybe this one will be Johann Sebastian Bach. It's not that I know a lot about composers, but I definitely know that he is one of the most famous ones. And then you can just duplicate that one to the other 2 shapes. So again, you select it with Ctrl D and you drag it to the right, and this one will be Beethoven. And I think the 3rd one will be Vivaldi. So again, let's just make sure that everything is aligned perfectly, and then duplicate that one and change it to, this one will be Antonio Vivaldi. And remember that you can do this with whatever artist or song or singer that you want. So let's just bring some of the description text from the previous slide, and here we're just gonna add a little description about all of these composers. Again, make sure that everything is aligned. But basically we got the most of our layouts, so very easy to do. So let's just duplicate that title. We're gonna add a number. So maybe the first one could be first, second one second, so on. You just have to select the text, duplicate it, holding Ctrl on your keyboard. And now let's go back to the first slide. And here we're gonna have a tiny profile, like a profile image and maybe our name. So we're gonna select that same gray that we did. I just did the shape with a rounded rectangle, changing the corners, the roundness of the corners. So let's zoom in a little bit, and then I'm gonna add a circle here. I'm gonna get rid of the line of the outline, and then I'm gonna change the image later on. So let's add my text which is Luis Urrutia, and you can actually find me on TikTok as lourrutia.ppt, so make sure to follow me there. And let's just align everything and maybe create a triangle here. And I'm just gonna get rid of the outline again and just align everything to the middle and to the center. So this is a shape that we're gonna have on every single slide. So maybe if we group it with Ctrl G, you can then paste it on the other slides. And to create the navigation panel on the left, I just added 3 circles here with no line, and then I aligned them to distribute vertically. And then if you group it and you click on align to the middle, they'll be perfectly on the middle of the vertical axis in your slide. So let's change the color to gray, and the first one, now we need to get the green, the green color from the Spotify logo. So maybe just look for Spotify on Google Images, so Spotify logo, and we're gonna get this very bright green for a presentation. So I'm just gonna copy and paste this image, and then I'm gonna select the first circle, and then I'm gonna change the color with the eyedropper. I'm gonna select the bright green. Now we're just gonna copy all of those 3 circles. We're gonna paste them on the next one, on the next slide, and now the first circle is gonna be gray, and then the second circle is gonna be green. So that means that on the third slide, we're gonna do the exact same process, but the third circle is gonna be green and the second circle is gonna be gray. And that's gonna give us a very cool effect of some sort of navigation panel or something like that. Something a little bit more fun. So then I'm gonna change the color of these numbers to that bright green, and I'm gonna change the color of this button again to that bright green, and I'm gonna change the color of these circles as well. So because it's our top 3, we're gonna insert the text on the circles as well. So it's gonna be the numbers, the number 1, number 2, number 3, but we're gonna change them to black. If you click on that shape and then just double click on that paintbrush, the format painter, and now you're gonna have the same formatting for the rest of your numbers. And it doesn't matter that it looks misaligned at the moment, so you just select the 3 of them and then go to this panel, text options, the text box panel, and just untick this one that says grab into shape, and there you go. Everything is very tidy and neat. And now we need to create like the progress bar, because if we're saying that it's been 1.5 minutes out of 220, then that means that we need to, the progress bar would be around the middle. So I just duplicated that shape and I just changed the color to green. And now we need to find our images. So here I'm just gonna look for Mozart. So images, and then I'm just gonna copy and then select the placeholder that you did, and then go to Fill, Picture, and select Clipboard, and you can arrange everything with the crop menu, and if you click on Fill, you'll be able to move it around. So then we're just gonna add a little shadow here from the format shape panel, and then for the image on the back, we're gonna add again our same image, and then we're gonna change in picture correction, we're gonna change the sharpness, so it's gonna be blurry, and we're gonna change the transparency as well. So we're gonna get this very cool effect at the back. Then go to your second layout, again select your placeholder, right click, format shape, picture or texture fill, clipboard, and because the image looks distorted, go to picture format, crop, and select fill, and you'll be able to move it around. So you can even make it larger, and then you can just change the transparency under format picture, change the transparency again as the previous layout. And then for the third slide, again, well, we need to find the images first. So first we're going to look for Sebastian Bach. And again, we're going to right click on the image, copy, and then select our placeholder, right click, picture or texture fill, clipboard, and again with crop, fill, you can rearrange your image. So now it's the turn of our friend Beethoven. So let's get his picture. Again, right click, copy image, select your placeholder, right click, and with fill, just select picture of texture fill, and you can just rearrange everything with the crop option at the top. And then the third picture is of our very nice friend Vivaldi. So copy image, format shape, select picture or texture fill, clipboard, picture format, crop, select fill, and just rearrange everything. And then we're gonna add a GIF to this layout. So let's go to giphy.com. And I'm gonna look for a sticker, and it's gonna be a sound wave. So maybe just search for sound wave, audio wave, and then go to stickers, and maybe let's insert this one. So right click, copy image, and then paste it. And we're gonna get this animated audio wave. I think it's gonna look very cool. And then the last thing that we need to do is add our profile picture here. And then we're gonna copy this one, copy the whole group, and we're just gonna paste it on the other slides. And then select the three of them, go to transitions and click on fade. And there you go, such a cool style for a music presentation. And if you want to get the full template of this presentation, go to lurrutiappt.comro.com and you will get 13 slides plus instructions. And make sure you subscribe for more tutorials, and I will see you the next time.